Okay, judges, if you're ready, our next contestant is here. His name is Brent Templeman, and he's from Churchill High School. He's 18 years old, and his future plans are to attend college this fall and take something along the lines of construction engineering and building renovation. So we're going to let Brent go ahead now and introduce his product and his business. His product and business name is Bug Off. So there you go. Brent, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just push the button. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'll go with the first slide. So my product is, Bug Off. Hold on. Just push arrows if I push. Okay, yeah, so a little bit about me. Yeah, I was a grade 12 student at Churchill High School, 18 years old, and I grew up and I live on a dairy farm, so I know what it is to work with large farm animals and deal with their issues and problems. So, yeah, my executive summary. Basically, Bug Off is a very simple, effective tool that helps keep your large farm animals happier and healthier for a longer time. And mange is a very serious disease in the farm, especially at my farm right now. We're getting hit pretty hard with this disease called mange. It needs to be treated effectively and immediately once it is spotted, for it is very serious and it could spread out through the whole herd, and cows or large farm animals, for instance, could be severely ill for a tremendous amount of time. And yeah, Bug Off is a tool that could save farmers quite a few minutes, not hours, but meaningful minutes that you could be putting towards other duties that need to be done. Okay, so Bug Off, is a business idea. Like I said, helps cure mange and intestinal worms. It's a handy tool to fight off these diseases. Bug Off is a small component that is able to be attached to any set of animal clippers. At the bottom of these clippers, there will be a comb that will be able to attach to the top of the razor, and behind the comb there will be a tube connected to. There's a syringe behind the comb that will be able to suck in all the liquid treatment that will be needed to be applied to the animal. Here, I'll explain more of that later on into the presentation. These two diseases are given early in cows' development, or even early in an animal's development, these main diseases. And mange, like I said, needs to be treated immediately once it is spotted, for it is a very serious disease, and it could cause harm to the animals. Okay, in this description, young farm animals are not physically as strong as mature animals, and because of this, they will need a lot more attention and care from the farmer so they can grow way stronger and healthier. And Bug Off can simply be used in multiple situations, from just giving a haircut to just a nice relaxing grooming session. And this is a picture because I know you guys might not know much about the farm. Cows, do they really need to groom themselves or whatever? But matter of fact, they do. They groom themselves quite frequently. Right here is a picture of an automatic groomer, and we have 4 of these located in my farm, each in the corner. And what they do is cows just walk up to them and they stand under them for hours, and it just turns and spins and just grooms them, creams all the hair off of them. It's a very relaxing grooming session. Opportunities. Your relationship with your animals, they will greatly improve with all the one-on-one time they will be receiving, and because of all of that one-on-one time, they will become way more docile, way more friendly, they will be more approachable, so they won't be more kicking and screaming kind of deal. Bug Off, we strongly believe that your animals deserve your utmost attention when they're feeling ill. Plans for modifying. As Bug Off grows, we plan to work our way into smaller animals such as cats and dogs, and even the wildlife, and hopefully one day work our way into the veterinarian system and worldwide. Marketing plan, as simple as just marketing this product, would consist of putting an ad into some of the well-known farm magazines such as Dairy Producer and Country Guide. and just farm shows. The easy way, just farm shows. So this is the whole liquid treatment right here. We have for example, I got a liquid treatment called Doramectin. It is a bottle of a liquid treatment that can come in many sizes. But considering there is licensing issues, I will not be able to sell it, but I can purchase it for use on my own animals that I have. And the amount of liquid that would need to be used for a cow, that would be 1 milliliter per 22 pounds or 10 kg of the animal's body weight. And for an example, a 1-year cow weighs approximately 500 pounds. And so that would mean one dosage of this liquid treatment would mean that they would have to get approximately 25 milliliters of the liquid treatment. So if we had a 1 liter bottle of this Doramectin, it would be able to be treated with about 40 cows, 1-year-old 500-pound cows. And the purchase price of this liquid treatment retails at a store for $112.95, but because of licensing issues, I will not be able to be selling it. And the financial plan. So the cost of the rubber hose, I did a lot of research on how all this would even come to be, how we can make it. It would be approximately 13 cents for the rubber hose. To make a cost of a 3D printed trigger, it would be 50 cents, and a custom built syringe, $20, and a custom made comb would be approximately $5. And considering that the target market is large farm animals, the reason that the clippers aren't up there, because if you are a farmer and you have animals, you will already own a pair of animal clippers. And yeah, selling all the parts together would be $25.63. And so then I'll be selling the purchase price of Bug Off would be retailed at $50. So I'll be making a total profit of $24.37 per every sold product. And so now you're like, yeah, how does this actually work? So here I have a prototype I made with a buddy of mine who just graduated from Lakehead University. He took mechanical engineering, and he just got a job down in Toronto area for mechanical engineering. So this is what Bug Off would look like. I'm gonna go to the next slide, and then I'll show you that slide. So here, this is essentially what Bug Off is. This, can I stand over here?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, okay. This little box right there, that is where all the liquid treatment will be held. And that yellow is the trigger that will be used. And right here, this is the comb that will be assembled. So as you pull the trigger, there is a retractable syringe in there. So while you pull it in, you put that long tube inside the bottle of your liquid treatment. And as you let go of the trigger, that gate will open, so it'll be able to suck up all of that liquid treatment into that chamber, which will close that exit door because of the suction. And also when that is filled up, those doors will close. And as soon as you pull the trigger, the pressure of the liquid treatment will close those entry doors and open those exit doors, which will be able to go through the tube, out of the comb, and out of the comb on the bristles. So now I'll go back to the main picture. Oop. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah. So yeah, here's the main picture. Sorry guys. Okay, so here's the razor. So the first step would be to shave all that dead hair off that would be surrounding the infected area with the razor. And now that the razor is there, the second stage is the comb. And while you're going over top of the infected area with the comb, you'll be pulling the trigger, which will be forcing out the liquid treatment through the comb, up through the bristles of the comb. And then just as simple as that, and then once that comb's empty, then the next cow, so on and so forth. And that is my business idea.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Brent. Questions from the judging panel? John?
That machine that you showed, the cows walk back and forth, is that part of this thing here?
No, just an example to say, like, I know when my first, to get here, they asked the cows to actually groom themselves, and just to prove that they do, we have 4 of those to show that they do groom themselves, because they thought it's weird that cows actually need to be groomed.
So what is mange, is it an insect born or?
No, mange is a skin disease, and it is easily spread. It's like ringworm, if you guys have heard of ringworm. It's very similar to that. It's a type, yeah, mange is a type of ringworm, actually, yeah.
So is there a scab on the?
It's like, yeah, it's like a huge scab that is all over go all over the back, all over the head of the animal, and it can spread.
So what you're doing is you're using this comb to go over that area?
So like grade, like slowly and gently graze over top of it and squirt the treatment on top. And the razors just cut off all that dead hair the excess hair that is around. Just to clean it off.
So it's,
Sorry, Bob.
the medication is called
Doramectin.
Doramectin.
Yeah, and there's ivermectin. That's another
That's
one.
a trademark name for it. But how is it administered at present?
What's that?
How is Doramectin administered? Like how do you give it to a cow?
Oh, you could inject it, or you could just like pour it on top of them and squirt over their back or their infected area.
So right now, if you have a cow and you don't have this device because you haven't made one yet, when you go to administer that medication to the cow, right now, you have to spray it on it.
Yeah, see what we got right now is just a spray device. That's all we have. It's like a little gun, you could say. It's like a gun, and then you pull the trigger, and it's like sprays it all over it instead of getting it nice and close and personal, you could say.
So this saves medication then, so you use less medication because you're putting it just where you need to put it?
No, it saves the same amount of medication because cows will need the exact same medication, but I think it would be a lot more effective if it is way closer and right on top of the infected area.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Bob.
You haven't really addressed issues about competition. Are there
Oh,
any other
competitors of this?
devices,
I haven't heard or seen of any devices that would be quite similar to this, so I honestly couldn't tell you.
So they buy the liquid treatment, right? And
Yeah.
you just apply them with the
Hmm.
device?
With the device, yeah. That's what I'm basically selling, yeah. This, if I could go back, essentially what I would be selling is that right there. It's an attachable thing I could wrap around your clippers.
So in order for your project, your business line to work, you need to add it to an existing comb which farmers would already have on
An
their
existing clippers, yes.
farm.
Yeah.
Correct. Would you be the person who would assemble this on each farm?
I could, but it's easily assembled. Like the comb just simply snaps around, and yeah, it just simply snaps around the clippers, and it's easily assembled.
And how many of these do you anticipate each farm to have?
Just one. One is all that's necessary, unless there is the plenty amount of cows that you have, and then yeah, two. As much as we feel necessary, right? It depends on how big the farm really is. So.
Brent, could you explain, maybe by jumping up on the stage, like how you would actually hold that device? Like where the liquid sits and how you would,
Yeah, of course.
how the clippers work?
Well, clippers, they're essentially just like hair clippers that you can use on like people. Like
So they're electric then?
they're electric or battery powered.
Okay.
Yeah, you can buy electric or battery powered clippers. So yeah, this is the razor right here. I'm gonna go smooth over here. And then yeah, here's the triggers right here. Just pull the trigger, and then yeah, and then also you put this long tube. Essentially, this will be a longer tube, which will be able to fit into your bottle. And that will, as you pull the trigger and release, there's a strong retractable syringe that will be located right in there, and that will be able to suck in all of that treatment. That will be able to be locked into this chamber. So while that's being sucked in, yeah, those doors will close and open. And then when you pull the trigger, as you're going over top of the infected area with the razor, this comb will collectively gracefully groom over the infected area while picking up the dead skin that razor has already cut off. And as it is doing that, this trigger will pull the trigger and it will go through the comb out of the bristles on top of the infected area.
Is the bottle just held, is he hold it or?
No, the bottle will have to be placed on the ground. So it'd be like hold the razor and just kind of pull the trigger on top, or you can hold it in a hand and then it'll suck it in, and then
Any other questions, Jordan?
How many farms are there in North America that buy this?
That buy this, every farm that I have known has, not this of course, but that bottle, has the bottle of Dorimectin and the gun I was explaining that we have on my farm, that gun that you use to spray it on the back or the infected area.
Do you know the number of farms there are?
Number of farms? No. I know number of farms in Thunder Bay. I think there's about 17. I think. I don't know north of
22.
There's a 22? 22.
What type of farm? Any farm or was it large animals?
One is large animals. My target market is large animals. So,
Right, thanks, Frank.
yes.
Okay, thank you.